Sawyer has feelings for her best friend Finn. That all changes, and it's really cool to see these girls just feel so empowered. Like, no, you know what? You're not gonna tell me what I can and can't do because I can do this all on my own. And it's just really cool to see that. I loved this book. This book definitely is more on the political side of the fantasy. Hello, book friends. Welcome to your new weekly reading vlog. How are we? I hope we're doing well. It is currently Tuesday. So this starting a vlog on a Tuesday trend, I'm sorry. I just had a really busy day yesterday. Did not feel like vlogging, did not feel like talking to you guys. No offense, but like, I just needed a day to sit. It's currently 6 in the evening. I've been off work for a while, but I had to edit last week's weekly reading vlog. So that's currently exporting. And that's pretty much all I've done. Oh, I made dinner. The dinner's waiting for me, but I need to do this intro really quick before I forget. Also, if you see any red dots on me, I stupidly put on a shirt that I washed with the laundry detergent I am allergic to, or I think I'm allergic to, and I broke out in hives really badly. Like, it's all up on my neck. It's really bad. It's really embarrassing. We're gonna ignore it, okay? But they should go away soon. I am here to tell you guys about the TBR for this week, the plans for this week. Let's just go over it. First, let's get a water break because I'm really thirsty. Hydration check. Plans for this week, I don't really think I have any. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have any plans this week. Reading plans. There is one book I know for sure I'm reading this week. I don't know what else I'm going to be reading this week. We'll see how this week goes. But I'm actually currently reading Night Birds by Kate J. Armstrong. And this I did receive with Once Upon a Book Club. This is the book that is in the Once Upon a Book Club box that I have to do a video on for TikTok. So I needed to get a move on this. So I'm actually 46 pages into this. And I am going to read the summary because if I tell you guys what this book's about in my own words, you'll be confused because I am kind of confused. I'm just going to say this. There are names in here that for the life of me, I cannot pronounce. And I have yet to like Google search how to pronounce these names. So I'm very sorry if I mispronounce any because I am. The Nightbirds are Stemma's best kept secret. With just a kiss, these privileged girls can temporarily gift their rare yet potent magic to those looking to gain advantage in life, business, or love. But magic, especially the magic of women, is outlawed, and the city's religious sects would see them burned if discovered. So protected by the great houses, their identities kept hidden, the Nightbirds are well-guarded treasures. Such girls are usually a tight-knit group, but this season's Nightbirds couldn't be more different. Madeleine, so certain of her gilded world and her place in it, is less than sure of Sawyer, a girl from the wrong side of the canal with a score to Sella, and Asa, who's afraid of her magic and herself, but when they find themselves at the heart of a political conspiracy that threatens not only their secrets, but their very lives, they must band together to take on the powerful forces who want to lay claim to them. And as they discover the truth about their magic, that it's much more powerful than they've been told, they begin to hone it, readying themselves to take down the entire Nightbird system that dared to clip their wings. And it says it's a feminist fantasy debut. Oh. Yeah, okay. So after reading that, really more excited to read this book. This was actually on my anticipated releases now that I remember it, because that synopsis sounds very familiar to me because I remember seeing that it's a feminist fantasy, which I don't think we get a lot of. So I'm very excited for this. And I am 46 pages into it, and I will say it starts out kind of slow, kind of confusing. There are several POVs you're following thus far. You're actually following POVs of all the Nightbirds, and the chapters are really long in this book, which I hate long chapters. I don't know why books do long chapters. Like, just chapter break. It's one of those books, that will do this. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, yes. So we'll finish like we'll finish a page, right? And then you flip to the next page, and then it has like a page break, and you go on. Why not just chapter break? Why not just do a chapter and chapter, start a new chapter? I'd much rather that and have more chapters than less chapters and longer chapters. Does that make sense? Maybe that's just me. So yeah, that's pretty much it for reading. Oh, I am listening to a audiobook. I think it's called I think it's called the Hotel Nantucket. I think I could be wrong. I'm not that far into it. I'm like 22% into it, and we're following this girl who is the general manager of the Hotel Nantucket that was abandoned for a long time. It had stories of being haunted, and it's now owned by this really rich guy. He wants it to be the best in the like whole world, yada yada yada. But there is a ghost haunting it, and she's like a friendly ghost. We get the POV of her, but we also get the POV of the general manager. I forget her name. And another character so far. But this book would be a fun summer read, like a fun pool read or beach read. The one thing in this book that I don't like is they mention real, like, current events that are happening in pop culture. Total ick in books, but you know, I'm listening to it, I'm not reading it, so we'll see. Other than that, that's you know, it for my reading updates. I'm gonna go consume my dinner, find something to watch, and then after that I'm gonna settle down and read Nightbirds because I really want to get more into this, and you know, I'm only a little bit in the way, so I need to find out more about this book, and I will talk to you guys later. Hi friends, happy Wednesday. It is currently like 7:30 at night. I'm so sorry for coming at you late, but you know, we work during the day, so this is the best as you're gonna get until my day's off. But I'm sitting down, I'm watching Olivia Reads a Latte's weekly vlog from like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I think. And she mentioned a library card. And she mentioned going to the library and how it made her anxious because she didn't know what the deal is, like the drill is, and like she wasn't familiar with the area, and that gave her anxiety, which me too. Going to someplace by myself for the first time is so anxiety ridden, but once I go, I won't get anxiety for the next time I go because I know the layout, like I know the drill. Is anyone else like this? But like I didn't think, it's nice to hear someone else say that they're like that because you can relate to it. I mean, it's not nice that they're like that, but you understand what I'm saying. And then she got really excited about the library and how she can sit and work and read and all that. And I'm like, I want to go. I have yet to be in my library. I've lived in this area, not in this apartment, but I've lived in this area for almost 4 years. So I know the area very well. I just have never been to the library. And the library is in this really cute location. And there's like a really cute indie coffee shop that sells out of pastries so fast. Like, you legit have to order it as soon as they open because they are gone by 10 a.m. And the place is open till like 7 o'clock at night. So I haven't been to that either, but I know of it because it's very popular if you're from this area. But I'm like, we can do it, Kaylin. We can go by ourselves. But I don't want to. Anyways, so I just think like how nice it would be to go to the library like on a Friday and edit and just switch up the location for not only me but for you guys too. I feel like how boring it must be for you guys to only see me at my home and literally go nowhere because I don't go anywhere. But that's on social anxiety and just anxiety in general. I don't want to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. But I'm here with reading updates because I have been reading quite a bit. I am still reading Nightbirds by KJ Armstrong, and I am now on part 2, which is page 129. And I am really liking this book. I was a little confused at first, but now I'm in it and I'm really liking it. We're getting POVs from every single Nightbird, which is cool to see them in their own element. So basically the Nightbirds, there's 3 of them. There's the Goldfinch, who I believe lets them be someone they want to be, like wear a mask for a night. And then there is, I forget, the Patarmigan. That. What does it say? Patarmigan. Who knows? You can become invisible, camouflage. Or there's the Nightingale, which lets you manipulate someone's emotions and steer them in whichever direction you desire. So Matilda is the Goldfinch. Asa is the Nightingale, and then Sayer is the Patarmigan. And in these chapters, you kind of see them go on their day-to-day life, and they're basically in this house that they have to see clients, and to see these clients, they have to give them their magic, and the only way to give them their magic is through a kiss. You transfer the magic through a kiss. So it's kind of like, and they get paid a lot of money. So imagine, I don't want to say it, but like a brothel, but without that. It's kind of what it is. And these clients are like the richest of the rich, of course. A lot of them aren't good people. Some of them are. And also in each of the different POVs, each of the Nightbirds have some sort of like romance blossoming or has blossomed. Like Sawyer is from a different part of town, and she has a best friend named Finn, who is a leader in a gang, and Sawyer has feelings for her best friend Finn. And Finn, one time they almost kissed, and she was like, I don't want Finn. She like got up and left. So I'm guessing she doesn't really know how to deal with her feelings because Sawyer's like her best friend, and I don't know. And then like Sawyer disappeared and she came back. She just went back. And we just had something happen in that chapter, which I don't want to say. Well, wait. Okay. I don't want to say. I almost said something, but it doesn't mention it. Something happened. So we got something cool happened. Like something big happened for her in that. And then we have Matilda, who has the alchemist's son that she's kind of like crushing on a little bit. Like they grew up together and she's like crushing on him. Not grew up, but she's like known him for a long time. And then Asa is falling for her bodyguard, who is a hawk. Hawk guards the night birds, and his name is William, I think. So there's something going on between them. So each chapter has a little bit of romance bubbling, but I don't know how far into the romance we will get in this book. But so far there has been a little bit, and it's not even romance. It's just like earning for each other. But that's where I'm at in this book, and I'm really liking it. I did want to read something. And this is Asa and William having a moment. And William goes, "Your magic is something rare, no doubt powerful, but it isn't poison. Her throat is tight. You can't be certain. I am because it comes from you." Saying she's a good person. But yeah, I'm going to continue reading and watching booktube and having my little night snack, which is some Hershey Kisses, because I want chocolate right now, and it's within my caloric deficit, so I'm gonna have chocolate, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. Okay, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will probably talk to you guys tomorrow, because let's face it, I won't update anymore tonight. Hello, besties. Oh, let me shut this. Okay. Hi. So I am here to give you guys reading updates because I've been reading some Nightbirds, and I'm actually page 207, so 207 pages in. Duh. And I have some thoughts. I am really liking this, and it's good. It's really good. I will say it takes a minute to get into this book, into this world, but I think the concept of these girls having magic that they've been told their whole life, like they can't use their own magic, they, can only give it through a kiss, yada, 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 and that all changes, and it's really cool to see these girls just feel so empowered, like, no, you know what? You're not going to tell me what I can and can't do because I can do this all on my own. And it's just really cool to see that. Also, I did want to touch on something. And I'm not going to say too much of where I'm at in the book because I guess I can. Okay, so basically in this world, there is this group, which I see the whole thing in this book. My brain is comparing this book to like kind of how we are now in our world. So the government tells us what we can and can't do with our bodies and all that because it's ran by the Catholic Church, and they don't like certain things because it goes against the religion. Well, not everyone is religious and for that, and it's the same thing in this book that the author did, that there's this group of people that doesn't like girls who can do magic because they just don't like it, and it's really that they feel threatened that these girls are going to come for them, and so they do everything in their power to like prevent it, outlaw it, whatever, until they find out, and now we're in the middle of them coming to get these girls, and basically the girls ran away, and I didn't connect the dots that this is kind of what this, I don't know if the author really wrote it like that, but to me this is what this book is reading like it's kind of reading very familiar as to what's going on in America with the government and how religion is playing into politics, which church needs to be separated from politics, and that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to get into my views, but just know there's that. But there is one thing that I read that was what my brain clicked and was like, oh, so this reminds me of, the whole topic of what went on with Roe v. Wade being overturned and women's bodies no longer our choice for what we can do with our bodies. And this kind of is like that. So I'm just gonna read this. If there's one thing I've learned in my travels, it is that making something illegal doesn't abolish it. It only chases it into the shadows where those who trade it in don't have to play it by any rules by their own. And she goes, you would try to abolish prohibition? Not right away. It's too deeply enriched and there are too many people who support it, but I would work to try to get rid of the laws. Yes, it gives the church leave to morally police people through their wardens and keeps the magic trade underground and corrupt. Making it taboo has weakened us all of us. I would bring it back into the light. So basically what he wants to do is he wants to get rid of this person that's in power that believes all magic is bad, and he wants to get rid of it, to abolish those laws, bring it into light that this is good, this is a good thing for our world. And my brain, you see where my brain went to, oh, this is kind of like what's going on now in our world. And how he said, like, it does, just because it's illegal doesn't mean it's going to abolish it. Like, people will find a way to do it, which exactly, especially in our world, no matter if it's safe or not for them, they're going to figure out a way to do it, because when it comes down to it, you cannot control what we can and cannot do with our bodies. You think you can, but you literally can't. So there's that. And wow, I'm getting way too heated on that subject matter, but hopefully I don't lose subscribers over this. If I do, it's okay. We have different views. We're not meant to be, and that's okay. But yes, I am on page 207 and I'm really liking this book. Hopefully you guys liked my little rant, but there's been other parts in this book that I've really loved. I've dog-eared a couple pages. My favorite person to follow is, I think her name is either Mathilde, Madeline, Madeline. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her name. It's Matiled. I don't know. But she has this thing going on with this prince who is the bastard prince. Well, he goes to her and he's hiding in a room and she goes, I'm surprised to find you hiding up here, not at the bar, surrounded by favorites. He stirs their drink slowly, ice cubes clinking. I make the great houseboys nervous. No one wants to get drunk with the bastard prince. They'll think I'll whisper secrets to my sister. That sounds lonely. I have my crew when I want to make a night of it, but lately I've spent my nights waiting for you. Yeah, this book is good. So I am gonna sit down and read some more. I have about 65 pages until I can open another gift from the bookish box. No, sorry, another 70 pages. Oh, no. 7, yeah. So it's right here. And this one, I believe that one is this one, which is the big box, and it's really freaking heavy. So I'm gonna get to reading because I would love to open that tonight. And when I do, I will come back and show you guys what it is. So let's cue the reading, shall we?
Look at this beauty. This is my love. I love pineapple so much. It is my favorite fruit, and I will sit here and eat a whole pineapple a day if I could. But unfortunately, I live somewhere where they don't grow pineapples organically, so I just buy them from the grocery store and cut them up. But oh my god, I'm so excited to eat this entire tub.
Good morning, friends. It is 11 a.m. exactly, and we actually did the makeup today. Hi, YY. I didn't think I was gonna do my makeup today. I haven't done my makeup in a while, but I figured just do it because I want to take some Instagram pictures, and also awkward Amazon's delivering and my windows are open. Yeah, I want to take some Instagram pictures, and I had some video stuff that I had to do, an intro and stuff, you know, all that stuff for. So I figured why not get ready, and I got ready pretty early today, but I did want to update you guys because I have been reading the Nightbirds. Last night I got up to page 170, no, 265, no, 250, I don't know, 250 I think. And then this morning in bed I read to page 288. Even before I got out of bed I started reading this book because I'm just so into this book. Especially we just had something happen and I'm like, ooh, gotta get more. I'm like, ooh, need to read more. But I have been dog-earing this book because there's just like, the writing in here is so good. And I don't know. And there's been some stunning moments and some very important scenes that I want to like talk about, which I did yesterday. So that's part of the reason why I have been dog-earing this book. But I did get my gifts opened from Once Upon a Book Club. I actually had 2 gifts that I had to open. First was this mortal and this thing, which is cool, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It's probably gonna sit as decor on my shelves because what the hell am I gonna do with this? I don't know. It's really fucking heavy though. Like very heavy. But there's the first gift. The next gift is we got these cards, and they have scratch off things where you scratch off your fortune. So, but those are the gifts. Those are my updates. I'm gonna go take some Instagram photos, and that's probably it. And then I'm gonna sit down and read because I really want to finish this book today. But those are my plans. Oh, I need to edit some of this video. So I probably should edit before I sit down and read. Regardless, we're gonna go take some Instagram pictures really quickly, and then I will edit, and then we'll get to reading, and I will catch up with you guys later. Hello friends, happy Sunday. I don't think I talked to you guys yesterday. I was at my parents' literally all day yesterday, but I'm here because I actually just finished Nightbirds and I wanted to talk a little bit about this book. First, let's get a hydration check. I really liked this book a lot. I thought it was a very solid first fantasy for this author. Now, I'm not sure if this is the author's first book or just her first dip into the fantasy world, because it says debut, but I'm not sure if it's her debut novel or debut into the fantasy world. I'm not sure. Now, this book is marketed as a feminine fantasy, right? Sorry, feminist fantasy, and I believe it's that. I loved this book. This book definitely is more on the political side of the fantasy genre. So if you guys like politics in your fantasy books, you would definitely like this book, especially politics that have to deal with men wanting to control women, and women being like, not gonna happen. We're not gonna suppress how we feel, or we're not gonna suppress our magic anymore. You can eat a bag of rocks, men, because here we are and we are here not to play. That's kind of like the concept of this book in my head. And yeah, I think Kate J. Armstrong was definitely trying to send a message with this book, how this book very much is related to what is going on in the world, or at least in America right now, how like the government wants to control women and what we can and can't do. And I've already said this in the beginning of the vlog, so I don't want to touch on it too much more, but definitely very familiar vibes with this book, and I think she did an amazing job doing it. And I have dog-eared a lot of pages in this book, a lot of sections in this book. There's this section in the book where they're talking about men don't like powerful women unless they can control them, especially in the realm of politics. And I'm like, exactly. Men do not like it when a woman is powerful, successful, and a badass. Like, they run scared. They don't like it unless they can control them. And that is something I like to call LDS and men. If you get my draft, you get my draft. And and right here they're talking about a cesarean, like a female cesarean, like she'll be too emotional, too irrational. And I think that's equivalent to like a president in the world, which that's what a lot of men say. Oh, you can't have a woman. They'll be too emotional, too irrational. Okay, men, what have you done for us? What have you done for this country? Absolutely nothing. Okay? Look at this country. Look what you've done to it. Let a woman come in power because we will rain things up. And I just really liked how she was doing that. And then her response was, a woman has to work twice as hard to make people respect her or fear her, but she has to be much together than the man, which is very true. I think if you are going to run for anything, you just have to work twice as hard, which I think is very shitty that we have to do that, which we shouldn't have to work twice as hard. But guess what? We will work twice as hard and we will be so much better than a man could ever be. So I'm giving this book a 3.5 because I really like this book. Now, I want a break from fantasy because I feel like I have had a very successful month with fantasy and I don't want to run out of luck with fantasy. And even though I really want to read Jade City, like it's kind of calling my name, I'm gonna take a break and I'm going to actually read a romance with this, which is very shocking because I'm not a romance reader at all. Y'all know this. I'm not a romance girly, but I've heard great things about this. Haley Hughes, who is one of my favorite booktubers on here, has talked about this book and how she loved it. So I have high hopes I'm gonna love this book, but we shall see. But it is about 1 o'clock right now. I'm gonna go have lunch. I'm gonna go sit down and watch some Outlander because I started Outlander. I don't know why. So Outlander is one of those shows that I've tried to watch many times. I've seen the first episode probably 5 times. I'm not even joking with you. My mom loves Outlander and she's tried to get me to watch it so many times. I even read the first book in the Outlander series. I did enjoy the book. It's just very, very long and the pages are Bible thin. So if you're gonna read that book, like audiobook it too, because it is just, it's huge. And I don't know, I liked it, I did, but I didn't carry on with the series, which I don't know if I'm ever going to carry on with the book series, if I'm going to be honest with you, just because there's a lot of books and they're all like over 800 pages. Who has time for that? Not me. So, but I did start the TV show. This is like my 5th time around and it has stuck. I do really like it. Like I'm enjoying myself with it. I am a Game of Thrones girly through and through. I love Game of Thrones. I love the characters in Game of Thrones. I love the storyline. Like I just love Game of Thrones so much. And the thing with Outlander is it's more romance focused, I believe, than Game of Thrones, which obviously because Game of Thrones is not romance. But I think I am gonna like it. It's gonna be a silly, goofy, fun time. Not really, just because there's been some hard stuff already. Actually, a lot of people in my family have watched Outlander, and they're like, they're just commenting how like hard it is to watch sometime, and I'm like, oh, I'll be good. I watched Game of Thrones 3 times. Like I'll be fine, which I think I'll be fine. But yeah, so those are the plans. Gonna make lunch, gonna sit down and watch some Outlander, maybe pick this book up in a little bit. I don't know. I've kind of read over 100 pages already today. I sat down this morning and finished that book, and I had like 120 pages left to read. So I've already read 120 pages today. So maybe I'll read this. If not, I'll probably read it in bed tonight, but I'm gonna go have lunch. I'm gonna go watch Outlander and we'll just see where the day takes us. Maybe I'll play some Disney Dreamlight Valley because I haven't played in so long. That's a lie. I played for a little bit on Friday and I ended up falling asleep. It puts me to sleep, and it's not that it's a boring video game. It's just so cozy and just comforting that I just like knock out. Not on purpose though. Okay, I'm gonna go do these things and I'll catch up with you guys later.